with another video. This here will be somewhat of a free talk. I don't even know what I'm going to title it, honestly, y'all. I haven't even thought about that at all, nor do I care right now. Honestly, I don't. I just feel like me coming on here and getting what I got to say off my chest is way more important than the title right now. And I just feel like as I'm giving y'all this message, the title will come to me throughout the message. So I'm gonna let spirit lead the way, and allow my higher self to speak to you guys, and let's jump into it. Um, so last night, well, yesterday was Father's Day. And for those of you who are subscribed to my channel and been vibing with the tribe and you know my vibes, y'all probably already know that my dad passed away in 2020. And that was one of the hardest things in the world for me to deal with. And to this day, it still is. Um, I don't know if you can notice or not, but my eyes are still a little puffy from crying yesterday. Um, Father's Day is, you know, can be a little hard for me now because I think about my father so much. But yesterday was actually interesting because, um, for those of you who don't know, I do have the gift to speak to ancestors, people who has passed away, and I'm able to give people messages. And with having that gift, also I was blessed with that gift from my dad. My dad also had a spiritual gift too, but he chose to. I just feel like my dad let the enemy defeat him. When I say the enemy, I'm talking about just negative energy itself, because I try not to give credit to the devil, because I was literally just having a conversation with one of my in-laws yesterday, and we were talking about how basically, like, people love to blame things on the devil, but in reality, the devil is the energy that you tap into. So if you choose to go outside and do some devilish stuff, then you're choosing to operate in the devil's energy. If you choose to go outside your door and you do something positive to help somebody in the world, you choose to operate off God's energy. Energy is basically pretty much your frequency, and we decide which frequency we're going to tap into by the decisions and the choices that we choose to make in life. So, with that being said, I know I'm kind of going to be everywhere in this video, y'all, but I'm just speaking from my heart. So, bear with me. So yesterday was an emotional day for me, right? But in the midst of me being emotional, I really, really tried to put my emotions aside and hear what my father had to say, because sometimes I notice that I get so emotional that I kind of shut down, because if you allow your emotions to take over you, it's kind of like you're not allowing your higher self to step in and guide you, because you're so emotional. And if you're emotional and you're going through something hurtful, you're going to be vibrating low. And there's no way you can truly connect and allow your higher self to connect with you and take over for you, which we all should be trying to do because we're here to evolve. There's no way for your higher self to truly step in and take over if you're choosing to operate out the flesh, and not only just operating out the flesh, but operating the flesh in a lower level, if you get what I'm saying. So, um, I tried to, like I said, control myself. And when I did that, I allowed myself to hear my father more clearly, the spirits more clearly, and hear what they was telling me. And the interesting thing is, y'all, and I know right now I'm on live, so I know it's probably people, random people that don't really know me, but I know that my family, my tribe is going to see this after I get done going live. So, and if you are my tribe, I love you, and hi everyone who are here, and thank you for the person who just said sorry for your loss. I truly appreciate that. Um, but what I was going to say was, y'all, is I had to get honest with myself yesterday, and I had to admit to myself that I had been angry with certain people still. And I don't, I can not, and as I'm talking to y'all now, I hear myself and I'm like, was I angry at them or was I just angry myself? And I can't really quite figure that out because I had been praying to release the anger that I felt towards those who have wronged me, right? And I pray for them. So I was wondering, like, is it towards them or is it really just anger that I have, you know, gained and built over time that is just sitting there? You know how sometimes you try to, if something gets so filthy and so dirty, and it's like when you try to clean it no matter how much you clean it, it's still dirt between the cracks. You know what I mean? It's like you can't get all the dirt out because it's been sitting there for so long. To the point where you think you cleaned it, but it's really not clean. You have to really get between the cracks and all that to get everything out because it's places kind of like your mouth when you brush your teeth. They tell you when you go to the dentist, if when food get in those gums, no matter how much you brush your teeth, it can't. Once it get inside those pockets, that's what cause. I think I don't even want to say the name because I'm not a dentist and I don't want to butcher it. But y'all get what I'm coming from though. I hope y'all do. So I realized yesterday when I got called out by Spirit and my father on Father's Day. Um, it was very interesting with the conversation with them because I found myself laughing and crying. And I noticed one thing that I noticed in my life that the most deepest and the most meaningful conversations that I ever had with anybody, I would find myself laughing and crying at the same time in the midst of that conversation. And as I was doing that, like I said, I had to get real with myself and realize that although so many people had hurt me in my past, loved ones, I realized that over time, I have built up a wall with people. And the reason I built up that wall is because I got so tired of getting treated like shit. And I got so tired of still being that person to be loved for everybody else, the ones who I know wasn't that for me, right? So, and like the person said, rely on Jesus. That's what I did, right? And I did that, right? But when I relied on God, the Holy Spirit, I disconnected from everybody else. Family, right? The family that hurt me, the people that hurt me. Even those who necessarily didn't hurt me, they just showed me red flags. I'm like, oh, I gotta go. And I removed myself from everybody. But it's funny because I removed myself and I sat with God. And I got so comfortable sitting with God that I didn't want to leave anymore. I felt like all I need is God and my immediate family and my kids and the people in my household. That's it. Because to be honest with you, I got siblings and I got so many. That's the crazy part. I'm the youngest that I don't even communicate with. They'll text me. I won't even text their ass back. And I don't feel no guilt for it. And what I'm going to say is going to be a little fucked up, but I can't be on here telling y'all the truth. I'm not going to be 100% real with y'all. I got people in my family that I don't communicate with at all. And I got people in my family who I know is somewhat close to their deathbed. But I don't feel the need to, I didn't feel the need to still connect with them. Because I felt like, why now? When I was broken, when I was down, when I was on my deathbed, when I was trying to off myself, no one was there for me. No one cared. So I felt like, okay, now that I'm in the place where I have built myself and I have allowed God to show me who I am and I have reprogrammed the way I was thinking. I was thinking, okay, now I don't need that in my life. I don't need them. But it was interesting yesterday to me because yesterday I was told that I must reach out to them. And they were saying that it's not, and it's funny because when I was talking to Spirit yesterday, I was like, yeah, maybe, well, okay, I kind of gave in after I was angry and told them how I really felt. And I ain't gonna lie, I told God, I was like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to reach out to them. I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to deal with them. Especially the ones who really hurt me the worst. Especially the ones who never even gave me an apology for the things that they know that they did. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, sometimes you can forgive people for stuff, but you can still be kind of like, you know that I forgive, but I ain't forget. So since I ain't forget, I'm still not from vibe with you like that. I'm still not from fuck with you like that. And I hear spirit saying that don't necessarily mean we have to fuck with them the same way we used to. But we do have to still forgive and love. And if you're gonna forgive someone and love someone, you gotta truly mean that shit and not just say it. And what I mean by that is you have to do it with actions. You can't just say one thing and then you're not communicating with your family members when they calling, they texting you, annoying them. It's like y'all. It's like you damn near turning to enemies. It's like y'all don't talk anymore, and it's like it's a big elephant in the room. Everybody know why. Some people don't even know why. And if you anything like me, you get to the point where you don't even give a fuck anymore. It's like it don't matter to you. I don't know. I noticed that it's always been so easy for me to cut somebody out of my life. I can love you to death. To death. Literally, like to pieces. But the minute I see somebody do something to hurt me, I will cut them off so quick. And I think the reason why I have learned to be like that is because I have been hurt so many times, as far as I can remember from a child. To the point where now that I'm in the place where I'm an adult and I don't have to depend on people as much as I did as a child, and I can defend and take care of myself, it's like you get to a point where you kind of feel like, well, do I really need them? Or are they helping me or are they hindering me? And I realized that I was coming from a place of hurt. And I had to really check myself yesterday, y'all, and realize that hurt people hurt people. So it don't matter what they did to me. What matters is that I'm in a position now where they used to maybe felt like they were at. When they were doing good, I was down. And for those who are down now and I'm doing good, I don't have the right to sit on my high horse and be like, okay, well, that's them. And it's crazy because I was going back and forth with spirit about this. I'm gonna be real with y'all right now. I'm being so real with y'all. I was going back and forth and I said, well, I'm not sitting on my high horse. It's not like I'm praying for their downfall. It's not like I'm gloating. It's not like I'm happy that it's happening to them. But at the same time, I just don't care what's happening to them. I got my own thing going on. And spirit said, but that's not you, Ty. Spirit said, that's not you. Y'all. And when spirit said that to me, I couldn't do nothing but keep it real. Like, because it ain't me. I'm a person who loves to give, who loves to love. I'm that person who spot that person out who's at their weakest moment. Because I know how I feel to be at your weakest moment because I was there before. I'm that person who's going to see the light in the person and know that they got that light cut off. And I'm trying to cut that light back on. I'm that person. I'm that person who's always trying to uplift a soul, a spirit, a friend. I'm that person who sees every elderly person when I walk into the building because, yes, I'm a nurse. I'm that person. I look at every single person as that's my mother, that's my father. That's how I treat them because that's how we supposed to be. I look at every stranger as that's my brother, that's my sister. Even though we might not know that, it's okay. I'm that person who look over the bullshit because I understand that if we look at the bullshit, we choosing to let the enemy win. I'm that person. But because of those people have done so much to me in my life that I chose to let the enemy take a piece of me. And I always say, like, what's that phrase when they say stand for something or stand for nothing? And that was always something that really stuck to me ever since I was a child. And another thing, my father, he said something to me. And it's very interesting to me when you have a loved one and they pass away. And it's always that one phrase that you remember that they said to you that keeps sticking to you. And it's like ringing in your ear. And that one phrase is what my daddy told me one time. He told me this one time only, and I'll never forget it. And what he told me is, baby, our words is our bond. And I have not been using my words with my loved ones, especially the ones who have hurt me. I have not been caring about keeping the bond. I've been to the point where I'm like, I don't need that. But God is saying they need you, though. And I need you to show up to be the person that I called you to be. Because sometimes the same people who hurt you and kick you when you're down is the same people who I sent you here to be here for. They didn't understand. They didn't even know what was going to happen years down the road. They didn't. But the crazy part is, y'all, I knew. I always knew I was spiritual. I always knew I was gifted. I always knew I was communicating with God. And I always knew that I was of love. That's all I wanted to do ever since I was a child, is be loved and give love. And because over the years, people have hurt me so much, it caused me to just operate out of fear and pain. And I let my tragedy and the things that I went through delay me and just procrastinate and make me go in procrastination and resisting all the changes that God needed me to embrace so that I can be the version of me that I am today. Not for me to be allow others, to harden my heart, and not to allow others to allow me to not allow myself to use my voice, to use my power, the power of communication, because I have the gift of communication. I have the gift of God to communicate certain things, to connect with people in certain ways. And that's not anything to do with me being, I just feel like I'm not trying to put any, like, how can I say this? I'm not trying to get praise for that shit. Because everything that I do and I say, it's not from me, it's from God. And God is using all of us as a vessel if we allow God to use us. But understand, you cannot be truly used 100% as a vessel of love if you're not choosing to operate out of the frequency of love. Because things has happened to you. And I hear Spirit saying, understand, not happening to you, they're happening for you. Thank you, Spirit. Somebody need to hear that. I know I did too. And Spirit is saying, you thinking it's happening to you, but really it's happening for you. So let people be who they are. Let people show their hand. But don't let your hands get dirty because of other people around you. Remember, hurt people hurt people. So when someone hurts you, learn to release whatever it is that they have sent your way. Understand that sometimes we have to look at, even, I know it's, we think we grow up and we adults all of a sudden, but sometimes you have to look at an adult as a child too. Because understand that we look at kids as kids and adults as adults, but God look at all of us as kids. And in the day, we all are little foolish kids who don't know any better. And that's why God always continuously forgiving us for what we have done when we do wrong. And we have to learn how to do that with our sisters and our brothers and the people that we live in amongst in this world, because each one teach one. And if you choose to let somebody do something to you that make your heart harden, and you choose to operate out of that frequency, you're not doing nothing but adding to the opposite side. The war is love and hate. That's how I see it. Either you're gonna love or you're not gonna love. If you're not on the team of love, you're on the opposite side. You're on the enemy side. So when the enemy do something to hurt you, don't let that enemy, like I said, don't let yourself get too dirty when you don't know how to clean yourself. Make sure you clean everything in the cracks and all, because sometimes we don't even understand that we have hurt hidden within us, within the chakras. Release that. Allow yourself to be free and to feel and to be loved, because that is our birthright, is to operate out of love, be love, give love, spread love. So that's all I got for y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this free talk channel message, whatever you want to call it. But um, yeah, I feel like I got everything off my chest and I feel really good now. So until next time, guys, and I love you guys so very much. Yeah, I was going to say one more thing, but I think I'm going to save it for next time. All right, y'all. Bye.